Marcel, where are you going with that disc? You are not putting that on again. Marcel, okay, if you press that button, you are in very, very big trouble.
Attention. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's time for The Unwritten Rule, a Mizzou sports podcast brought to you by the Believe Network, alongside Payton Haverman and Kenny Van Doren. Here is your host, Jack Knowlton.
Welcome back to The Unwritten Rule presented by FanDuel. Today is Friday, April 10th. And fellas, it is a list season. We've got aggregators and official accounts getting sources to report on the 7,000 teams that are linked to the 7,000 men in the men's basketball transfer portal. I think for real, we've got what, like 1,600 guys or something I saw somewhere that have already entered.
I think that was a fake tweet, Kat.
I know it's over 1,000. I think that part's real.
I think it's at about 1,000 is what I said.
Goodman, had a pretty high number last night.
I thought someone said 1,600, but maybe I got fooled by a fake tweet.
There was a fake tweet going around that people were buying that said like more than half of the players that played D1 basketball last year were in the portal.
That I could see that. That's more of a, if you're going to do a fake tweet, say like 2,000 or something.
This is from Jeff
that
Goodman.
Was the number I think it was, because there's like 5,000 players or something.
Veteran basketball analyst for Field of 68. There are now 1,650 total D1 players who have entered the transfer portal, and this was at 7:34 on Tuesday, 7:34 p.m. My guess is about 100 of them are walk-ons. That means about 1,500 scholarship players have already entered the portal of about 5,000 total, and about 1,300, 1,400 of those 5,000 are out of eligibility. So that's about 1,500 out of around 3,650 already in, which is 42%.
There you go.
Quick math.
Interesting.
So a lot of names are in the portal. And guess what? Some of them are going to be talked about here because some of them have been linked to Mizzou, and Missouri has been linked to some of them. I'm not going to lie. I kind of enjoy this time of year a little bit. I like looking at the lists. I like dissecting.
I disagree. I hate this part of it.
I was going to ask.
But I'll let you finish your spiel.
Well, I kind of enjoy like what I'm going to do with some of the people who's on, Missouri's list or linked to Missouri. Like I like looking at the Ken Pom and the Torvik. I like finding these players whose backstories I had no clue and can kind of research them a little bit. It gives me an excuse to sort of get to know. And then even if they don't go to Mizzou, they're at another school, I can be like, oh yeah, that guy. I remember, looking him up or where he was at before. So I don't know. It gets me to know the pool of college basketball players a little better. Kenny, Payton disagrees. I assume you probably disagree from your perspective.
Yeah. There was a world I was looking back on like old classes, and there was like 2 transfer editions in football, like a decade ago. It was like going back through as far as you could go in the On3 database. And I was like, man, that would have been a crazy easy off season. But I'm sure that there was more news in other departments that made up for it.
Yeah. It definitely fills the news cycle, no doubt about it. But Missouri has been linked to some of these guys, and we're going to talk about some of them. I'm going to keep this kind of running as the portal goes on. I have some tier lists. I want to make some more categories that I'll put players in the portal in as it tries to relate to Mizzou. The first one I am shamelessly calling the Mizzou Today tier because it is just all of the players that are mentioned in the Mizzou Today transfer tracker. So Kenny, I will let you go first. I will read the names and you can hit on whichever one you want. I'll let you. We'll just go one. We'll end up talking about all of them, but just go one at a time, and then Payton can say his favorite, or maybe if there's someone else not on the list, he can talk about a guy he's looked at. But in the Mizzou Today tier, these are the guys as of whenever you guys last updated the article. I don't remember checking. Is it Lurion Walker? Lurion Walker from North Carolina A&T? Lurion?
Off to a hot start.
Yeah, this is
5 games at NC A&T last year.
Oh, I went in order of newest to oldest,
I
so
know.
there's no particular. Terrence Brown Jr., a guard out of Utah. Jordan Farizon, a guard out of Chattanooga, and Justin McBride, a forward from James Madison. I've looked all these guys up. I have notes on every single one of them. But Kenny, who I don't know. I couldn't think of a phrase. Who got your antenna spiked up? I don't know, when you saw
Tickles your fancy.
Yeah, from when you saw him linked to Missouri.
Yeah, I will preface it with, you don't know, there's no like hot and cold meter when these lists get put out. And, all credit to Sam Kaiser of League Ready and Rising Ballers Network that get these lists and talk to these players. But, some schools will be higher up on that list because there's more interest there from the respective teams. So we don't really know, where Mizzou stands in terms of, sure, they've reached out to them, but how realistic will that be for a possible visit, or will Mizzou push any further? But the first name, I think, was an easy one that popped out to me just because we know it. Justin McBride, James Madison transfer. He had an offer from the Tigers in high school this past season with the Dukes. He had 15.3 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game. That's what he averaged. He also shot 40% from beyond the arc. I mean, this isn't, your Mark Mitchell replacement, but it's a, pretty strong, guy that could provide at the power forward spot on the wing, 6'7". I think that's good size there. And you see it too. He packs it well in that body. You want to do it? Do you guys want to do it? Do it. There you go. For the YouTube viewers, Payton did what everyone was thinking. Probably not, because I think we have an older audience, but
6'7".
yeah. So yeah, Justin McBride was the first name that jumped off to me from the ones that have been reported.
Yeah. You know what, Payton? Throw your name out there. Anyone from that list?
So not really from this list in particular. Definitely. The Walker one was kind of funny because I don't think that's a real one. I feel like that's one of every year we're going to see Missouri's name on like 1,000 of these lists. And Missouri probably is only seriously interested in talking to like 15 of these guys. Walker played 5 games at NC last year. Had excellent numbers. I think it was like 16 points per game, 50% on threes. It reminded me of a certain player who Dennis Gates has gotten out of the portal in the past, who played for a mid to low major in the state of North Carolina that also had excellent shooting splits in an injury-shortened season. That name, of course, was Jesus Carolero Walker. Or not Walker. Jesus Carolero Martin.
Jesus Carolero Walker.
But, yeah, I don't – obviously, Lurion Walker is not going to be Jesus Carolero. They don't play the same position or anything like that. But that's like – that felt like a name to me where it's like one of those names where you see thrown out there. It's like that's probably not real interest. I did see – I'm trying to find his name. Come back to me on this. But there was another name that I don't think was on that list that I did see on one of these lists.
There was. You are probably thinking of a Mr. Jameer Jones from Providence. He was on a Twitter
That wasn't
list.
who I was thinking of either. But I've obviously – I mean, there's a lot of buzz about him. He's apparently following a lot of Mizzou staffers. That one would be very, very cool, I think, to see. That there's a Tim Fuller connection there, obviously. From Tim Fuller being the assistant at Providence, probably recruited him. He was a freshman in the Big East that was able to put up 11 and 7, I think it was. Shot nearly 40% on his threes. And it wasn't a very high usage rate freshman or anything like that either. He was a very all-around solid-looking player. So that certainly is kind of, I think, the big name like early on that we've seen.
Kenny, I'm intrigued by McBride as well. The stuff I saw with him, he was top 350 in the country in effective and true shooting percentage. So he was pretty efficient. He almost doubled his 3-point volume and percentage from 2025 or 2024 to 2025. He was around 24% then, jumped up to around 40. Still doesn't take like a ton of threes, but it proved he could, knock 1 or 2 down a game. If he stretches it out a little bit. Decent rebounder. and obviously as well traveled. He was at Oklahoma State and Nebraska before, or not Nebraska, Nevada, excuse me, before Mizzou. So you've got another high major program in there. And you mentioned the connection as well. So that one was intriguing to me. This is just based on the stats. And again, I didn't delve too into the weeds, and I probably won't until you start to really see visits and stuff get lined up with some of these guys. I'm curious about Frizon from Chattanooga, the guard. I forget his
Frizon.
Is it Frizon?
I think it's Frizon. Frizon's such a basketball
sounds
name.
better. Frizon sounds better. I feel like Frizon would be either with a Z or two S's. Okay, Frizon. I'm sorry, Jordan, if I'm butchering your name.
The bag, bro.
Ooh, that's damning.
Good one, right, Kenny? Up top.
Come
on.
It's not the right way.
Not the right way. No, you're going the wrong way. Yep.
There you go. What are you doing?
Boom! It's transfer portal season, everyone. We're having fun.
Bryson out of Chattanooga. I forget his height off the top of my head, Kenny, but
6 foot flat on ESPN.
So he's smaller, but he was in the top 100 in effective field goal percentage and true shooting. He was also top 100 in assist rate. Just kind of filled it up there with Chattanooga. 55, 45, and 82 were his shooting splits from last season, which are all pretty efficient. So
I'm wondering how this guy was a third-team all-conference player with those numbers.
You can't sleep on the SoCon, man. Stacked.
I guess. I mean, look, we've talked about our SoCon love on this show, but that baffles me. I mean, he must not be a very good defender. I don't know.
You know what I didn't check is how many games he actually played. I wonder if it was in the
32. He started 29 games.
32, started 29. Yeah, just under 30 minutes a game. So I don't know. That was someone who, it's going to be so interesting. I feel like all the guard conversations are going to revolve around, Jason Crow and how you can get someone to fit in with him. But, and we've said it ourselves. I think everyone's guilty of this. It's like, oh, you need to find someone that can just be really good at getting him the ball. Someone's got to have, kind of that true lead guard, sort of do it all type of thing offensively, especially, and be able to score themselves as well as pass. He intrigued me in terms of just the numbers. I didn't, watch any film or anything. Under 2 turnovers a game, which again, he had the ball a lot for Chattanooga. So he was one. You're right. The defensive stuff is definitely going to be something with Anthony Robinson gone, something that is going to for sure have to be monitored. Of course, I don't want to assume anything one way or the other about Jason Crow's defense, but if you are relying on him to be such a dynamic offensive player, kind of by proxy, you might not be asking him to do as much defensively, or you might want someone who could be a little bit more impactful on that end of the floor.
I hate to just pivot away from this, but here's a pretty big one that literally just came up as we're recording. Jeff Goodman tweeted 7 minutes ago. Kansas transfer Bryson Tiller's top schools as of now are Michigan, Arizona, Miami, and Missouri.
Look at that.
That would be a pretty mammoth one. He averaged 7.9 points, 6.1 boards, and 1.3 blocks this past season. So
I was really surprised he transferred. He was a monster in the games I feel like I watched him in. Like, I feel like the eye test is with him is like you hear those stats and maybe don't get as excited. But I feel like when you watched him play, he was pretty impactful.
Freshman too. And
Kansas, you have to remember, was a dysfunctional team that still, ended up getting a decent NCAA tournament seed, but it felt like they were night and day with how everyone else was involved when Darren Peterson was either out there or he wasn't. So wow, that is quite it's quite the little bit of breaking.
I don't know how many players does Kansas even have coming back.
It's not a lot because I think Elmarco Jackson's in the portal, but Dunga obviously.
Dunga left. Tiller. Do they have any coming back?
Peterson's going to the draft. Maybe Council from
I got the roster.
Are they starting? I'm sorry. I think they might be starting from square one.
Yeah. So Jaden Dawson's listed as a senior. Trey White's a senior.
Is Council a senior?
He's not even on here.
Melvin Council.
Oh, yeah. Melvin Council is a senior. Justin Cross is a redshirt senior. We just mentioned Darren Peterson, expect to go to the draft. Wild Evers is a redshirt junior. Cole Rosario is still on the roster. Samus Calderon, Corbin Allen.
It's probably Seamus.
What did I say?
Samus.
Oh, boy. Just take away my speaking privileges again. Like you guys did last show.
Isn't that an Irish name?
Well, Seamus is an Irish name. Samus is from. Isn't Samus like a video game character?
I don't know. We're getting sidetracked.
This is the type of transfer portal pod content that people crave. So yeah, Tiller. I mean, that jumps probably to the top of the list. In terms of people who have been.
He wasn't a straight 5. He was more like a 4, right?
Bryson, like a position or star?
Position.
Yeah, I mean, he was a 4. He's kind of like Badunga, just like he's not a true 7-footer, but plays super well above the rim, rebounds the heck out of the ball. Wasn't creating a whole ton for himself offensively, but I mean, can be a
44% from a 6'11" guy is not fantastic either.
Yeah, wasn't super efficient.
Freshman, very highly rated. Interesting. And obviously, I mean, him transferring from Kansas to Missouri.
That would be an instant.
That would be something.
Headliner. Payton, I do have my my dream big tier, which is just looking at the top 150 of guys and adding names to a list. Do you have anybody in there that you'd just love for Mizzou to? I mean, other than number like Badunga and whoever else, but anyone maybe down below that you were like, I loved this guy last year, and I'd love if somehow Mizzou got linked to him. I know you and I agree on one if he can get a year of eligibility.
Like you're talking like a straight 5, right?
What?
Like a 5, a center, or are you just talking a big name?
Yeah, just players. It can be a center, it can be whoever.
Well, my answer is still a center. It'd be Aiden Sherrill. It's kind of not 1,000% clear if Missouri's like actually going to be involved in that, and I don't even know if he's officially hit the portal yet. But I mean, Tipton said he was intending to hit it. 11-6 as a sophomore. I think you said he was one of the big, one of the best shot blockers in the country.
He was for a large part of the season last year.
Yeah,
I don't know where that if that tapered off, but
I mean, this past year, even hit a third of his threes. You certainly would take that from the way Dennis would probably prefer to play. And yeah, 11-7. By the way, Jameer Jones, I said 11-7 earlier. I think it's 11-5, maybe more like 12-5 from him. But yeah, it'd be Sherrill. I think that's the perfect fit. That gives you easily the best big man Missouri has had under Dennis Gates. No doubt about it. That would be the one I would probably say most. I know who you're referring to. I'll let you kind of take the reins on that. There's so many guards in the portal. I think that Missouri will. It'd be really hard for Missouri to not come away with a half decent one. But it's not as clear cut with centers, and obviously centers, even when it's a flush market, are so expensive. Like if you're above, I swear to God, 6'9" or taller, you're going to get like 7 figures in the portal, no matter what your stats are. So Sherrill certainly wouldn't be cheap, but I mean, with Jason, you're going to have Jason Crow 1 year at Missouri. It'd be really, really shameful to not go all in on that year and kind of empty the tank, what you have NIL wise.
Sherrill ended up finishing his block percentage on KenPom was 8.5. That is 36th in the nation.
Still pretty good.
Which again is the percentage of possessions ending in a block by him. That's very good. That is elite.
And I mean, like, it's not even just the shot blocking. I mean, like that, he would be the most skilled offensive big man Missouri has had easily. Like,
yeah, he can step out and shoot it. That would be another former McDonald's All-American that Missouri would add to its ranks. He was a 5-star recruit. He definitely He definitely would be a home run. Oh yeah, I'm talking about Denzel Aberdeen. I love Denzel Aberdeen. I think he has to actually get a year of eligibility, but that guy was
Don't
so
hold your breath on that
underused.
either.
What?
Don't hold your breath on that either.
Yeah, that's my pipe dream ad. But that guy was so underused at Kentucky. I think he has shown in 2 seasons he makes teams better. I think he knew his role really well on that Florida national championship team and was super underrated there too. So that would be my pick. He's a really, really good player. Kenny, any for you, or maybe timeline wise, what people should know about how this kind of progresses forward for Missouri, or even just any other happenings, I guess, with the portal.
Yeah,
While I
the
find
one thing
intro blocks per game and where they rank.
The NCAA dead period lifts Friday, so visits can start happening this weekend. That'll offer a lot of these probably recruitments to pick up and speed up pretty faster. You'll see like that speed dating that they reference a lot just from college coaches of getting guys on campus. And you try to just lock them in right then and there. Sometimes it is good to have that first visit because a lot of these guys are looking to sign quickly. You want to take that roster spot that's open. And I think this is a good opportunity. We can pivot to probably our last transfer topic, and because we didn't talk about it because it didn't come out until at the tip-off of the NCAA championship. It was very nice of T.O. Barrett to do that. But T.O. Barrett entered the portal as well. And, I don't think that changed anything for, what Missouri's big priorities should be. And I really do agree with both of you that it should be, someone in that front court. It should be a center. It should be a power forward. You are losing Mark Mitchell. You cannot survive if you don't replace him. I think that's very evident that you need someone that can play on the post, can play on the interior and score. And if you don't have that, then I don't think this Mizzou team will be any better than it was last year. I don't know. There's been a lot of excitement, about T.O. Barrett down the stretch. Yes, he improved and fought for an opportunity in the lineup, but the last couple of performances just weren't his best. I think a lot of teams figured him out. You go back to the Arkansas game, he shot 4 for 12 from the field in 29 minutes. He still gave you 10 points, but wasn't efficient there. He went 4 for 11 from the field in Kentucky, gave you 13 points. He still had 7 rebounds, 7 assists, a good performance. But then you get into the NCAA tournament and Miami completely shut him out. He missed all 7 opportunities that he had from the field. He only played 15 minutes. So I wasn't saying, wasn't the most complete player for you last year. And I think that some people were a little bit more up in arms than they should have been about his departure from the program.
I think to me, the surprise here is I had kind of operated under the assumption that at least one of him or Ant would come back. Whatever you think of T.O. Barrett, I think that was the main surprise for me, was just the fact that both of them decided to go as opposed to just one, or the other. And it does leave Mizzou needing to fill some more guards along with the bigs. But certainly, I think you nailed it, Kenny, with people kind of figuring out T.O. Barrett after that really good stretch run when he first started getting into the starting lineup.
I'm with Knowlton there. And, maybe Missouri did want to bring at least one of them back. I mean, it takes 2 to tango. Ant definitely felt like more like everyone here kind of recognizes that he needs a fresh start because last year just did not go his way. I don't think there's any ill will from anyone involved with that. I'd be really surprised. T.O. is a little different because, like you said, Knowlton, it kind of did maybe give Barrett some leverage. Like, hey, I'm the only guy that played the 1 last year now on this roster because, Rowe, of course, redshirted, and I don't think you can count on him being a big contributor next year either. But, yeah, look, I was very critical of T.O. Barrett. He did some very nice things. The Tennessee game, he won them that game. They had Bishop Boswell was getting just worked over and over in that game by T.O. Barrett. Certainly a guy that plays with a whole ton of confidence, does some very nice things defensively, very good in transition. But, 2 things I think you really, really would like to see from whoever's sharing the backcourt with Crow next year is someone that can either see the court well, run the offense well, and maybe someone that can step out and sink a 3 or 2 every game. That's not what T.O. Barrett does. T.O. Barrett, in his time at Missouri, shot below 20% from deep. He turned the ball over a lot. I don't think running the offense was his specialty at all. I wasn't gonna mention this, but I really do think it does apply well. I said this on Kenny's board actually, and I tweeted it. It's a lot like that scene from Moneyball where Jonah Hill's character Peter Brand is talking to Brad Pitt's character Billy Bean. He says,
M-I-Z.
Yeah, M-I-Z, almost a full true son,
Kind of.
honorary true son. They're talking about Johnny Damon, who baseball loved at the time. He had just left the Athletics for the Red Sox, but Peter Brand breaks it down like, I think it's a good thing you got Johnny Damon off your payroll. It opens up a lot of interesting opportunities for you guys. That's kind of how I feel with T.O. Barrett. T.O. Barrett would have been nice to have back. I don't think he's probably worth what he's going to get in the portal, just because the portal inflates everyone's price. And I think Missouri can get better if they play their cards right with it. So no disrespect to T.O. I just don't think the fit was there with Crow. And I think Missouri would be better off with getting something different in their backcourt.
Yeah, it definitely wipes the slate clean, so to speak, in terms of who you're adding in the portal around him. And you also, you see what Rowe is in his first full season. But yeah, it now becomes very clear you are building this team in the backcourt around Jason Crow. You are finding the guys that can pair up with him. And for me, like the biggest hole for either Ant or T.O. leaving comes on the defensive end. I mean, Ant was an all-league player just 2 seasons ago. He was still decent on that end last year. I think that matters. That will be difficult to replace collectively. I can say for certain there are some members of fan bases of other SEC and power teams that very much would like Anthony Robinson on their team still. So, that shows still what he can bring. But yeah, new slate in the backcourt for Mizzou men's basketball. Plenty of transfer names, plenty of happenings. We'll have plenty more. By the way, Aiden Sherrill last year was 2.2 blocks per game. That put him 15th in the country. That was 0.1 less than Cyril from Georgia. I know a lot of people really liked him. If you want to compare it even more, Adaimara, who just won a national championship, essentially by blocking every single shot he could get, was at 2.6. So that's kind of what you're working with here. On top of that, Sherrill averaged 11 points. He grabbed 6 rebounds a game, shot about 33% from 3 on 2.5 attempts per game. And trust me, after from covering him for a season where he was worse than that, they let him shoot it. So he's worked on it. That 3-pointer is developed for him. So there's your Aiden Sherrill breakdown. There's your transfer portal breakdown. Exciting times, or maybe not, especially if you're Kenny. You just have to have your phone on all the time, get updates.
I don't like the people who act like, oh my gosh, the chaos is coming. Like why are we putting like a fear on this? It's a fun time. Learn new people, you learn new things. Of course, everyone's job is busy. Everything's busy in this world.
I said I personally enjoy this time for the lists and looking up guys and potentially trying to find that next gem, potentially trying to get inside the mind of Dennis Gates. What is he looking for?
There's going to be a guy that we probably don't even know the name of.
Very true.
That will probably start a game next season for Mizzou. Like in some capacity, maybe an injury arises, or maybe there's a new lineup change that Gates sees. There's going to be guys we've never heard of that Mizzou's going to be interested in, that is going to have significant minutes. We didn't know who Jaden Stone was until the day that he committed to Missouri. That's another thing. I don't know. I think it's a fun time. I think people kind of blow it out of proportion of the chaos.
I'm with you. I don't mind it at all from a scouting standpoint.
It's gonna get busy.
But Payton hates it.
Penny's in his mid-20s and he's got complaints that like 50-year-olds on the beat would have.
I'm an old soul. That's what they say.
So true.
No one says that.
No, that's a saying.
No, I'm saying that no one says it about me.
Oh. No one says he's an old soul.
I think you've got some old soul in you. You really like the 90s.
Is it a bar?
You were alive for like 3 months of the 90s. So there you go.
That's kind of deep if you think about it. He's talking about conception and life happens.
Oh boy, we're gonna segue.
I didn't think I was conceived in the 90s.
I'm gonna cut this
No,
off.
you
Oh
wouldn't.
my
I wasn't at all. Yeah,
You might be a New Year's baby.
I might have been. There was an yeah, maybe. I was.
I think if I
was
trace
late.
mine back, I'm a July 4th baby, like almost to the day.
Your parents are patriotic.
Yep.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna swiftly move on to quick hits before I have to.
I was
Start
late
that
to the
birthday again, Jack?
I didn't
By the
do
way?
the
Myself.
numbers. I might have
I know when
been
Jack's birthday
even
is.
before New Year's.
That's okay. We don't have to worry about it. We're gonna go ahead and finish the show with quick hits. Okay, quick hits time. Finish out the show. We've got Jersey of the Week. Kenny.
My jersey of the week goes to Mackenzie Matherin. It's the first transfer portal commitment for Mizzou women's basketball. Came on Wednesday. Looked like it was, something in the making. I do appreciate that Kelly Harper tweets her bat signal sometimes within like an hour before. I think she's done it the day before too. But Mackenzie Matherin announced an hour after. I know Skim Mulkey was all over this one, letting the people know that it was on the way. But former Michigan Wolverine played in 25 games last season in her sophomore campaign, averaged 3.5 points and nearly a rebound in 9 minutes per game. Not the greatest numbers, so looking like getting a fresh start out of her, and comes over from Broken Arrow in Oklahoma. Big football school these days, but she had a good high school career as well, eclipsed 2,000 points in her time there, and comes over as one of the guard options for Kelly Harper in year 2.
The Prep Oklahoma pipeline to Mizzou basketball programs continues.
Can we pause the show for half a second?
All right, Payton. Shout out to Mackenzie Matherin. Good building block for Mizzou women's basketball, I think, under Kelly Harper. Whom is your jersey of the week? And our producer man is.
Yeah, I don't know what our producers do. My jersey.
Wake up, man. Wake
Sorry,
up.
That threw me off.
No, not you.
Okay, good. My jersey of the week is going to be Blaze Ward. The Mizzou infielder was named SEC Co-Freshman of the Week after going 6 for 9 with 2 RBIs and having 2 multi-hit games against Kentucky in their series last week. They were, of course, ranked number 24. Missouri also, I think, beat another. Never mind. You know who that sounded like. He also went 3 for 3 on Sunday, of course, in the series clincher. So, Blaze Ward, awesome week. Missouri baseball trended up a little bit. They have a weekend series against South Carolina, who I did not know this is below Missouri.
Hey, we got to stop
how much
stepping
of
on other
this baseball monopoly do you have? So big series. I mean, they could seriously vault up a few spots here.
I just don't have a main bird anymore. That's fine. My jersey of the week is going to go to Chris McClellan. I've got a little bit of a theme here this week. Chris McClellan is in the news because the Cardinals hosted him on April 7th for a pre-draft visit. What?
I'm just saying.
No, not you. Kenny made a face. What, Kenny?
Teams on there.
I was getting to that. If you let me finish.
What a disaster.
I'm always interrupted. McClellan also visited with the Broncos, Panthers, and Raiders, which Kenny was just itching to say. 6 sacks in 2025. Ranked 125th on PFF Big Board.
He could be a teammate with multiple.
All right, let's move on to Shawnee's main bird of the week.
Let's go down the list. He could be teammates with former Mizzou players that he never played with. All right, let's go Cardinals.
I like no cap, and he's the main bird.
Rob. Broncos, Beatty. Panthers are Caleb Evans. Raiders, I don't know, Raiders. Is Gillespie still there?
Alberto.
No. You're saying that like I should just know that Albert O is a Raider.
You just know you didn't read my articles I wrote every Monday night during the NFL
That
season?
was 3 months ago.
Alberto, Mike Jones from 1991 to 1996. John Clay. Wait, why does it say Chris Abrams Drain?
That's Broncos.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he didn't play with Cad. Wow, what an era shift.
No, I
sorry.
like no capping. He's the main
One
bird.
more time. Shawnee's main bird of the week, Kenny.
My Shawnee's main bird of the week headline of the week is ESPN unveils way too early top 25 rankings for the 26-27 college basketball season. Comes from Alex Byington from
Any relation to Mark?
You beat me to it. As the resident Mark Byington guy, I'm upset that you beat me to that.
My bird connection. Let's find the first bird team on here in the top 25 from ESPN. Oh man, there's
Louisville probably. That's my guess.
St. John's.
There we go. Iowa State Cyclones. There's
do
our
it. You have
first
to do
bird.
it.
Oh, Iowa Hawkeyes too.
Yeah, I said the first one.
Is Louisville not on there?
Hey, they're not.
No.
I thought they would be.
But Missouri is, and their starting backcourt mate with Jason Crow Jr. right now is Aaron Rowe.
With Jason Crow Jr. and question mark.
Trent Pierce.
Congrats to Mizzou. Payton Mainbird.
These lists are really pointless.
Are you
I
not
didn't
done?
get to say anything about my entire main bird. I just sat there and waited for my turn, and no one let me talk.
I guess you were just finding who the bird was.
Yeah, for those that you think you're hijacking, my main bird, of course, I said was the Cyclones, but also on this list, Mizzou is ranked 23rd and way too early by ESPN. Okay,
yeah, Knowlton said that. Thank you. Anyways, my main bird of the week is going to be the Michigan Wolverines. If you're looking for a bird connection, Dusty May once coached at FAU. FAU is the Owls. Kenny's putting on a pouty, grumpy face.
Now he's leaving.
Walking away. Why is Michigan my main bird, you may ask? Because they won the national championship. They beat UConn. UConn played well for a lot of this game, but Michigan was just way too good. Yaxel Lendeborg wasn't even really a factor in this game, but Cadeau, I think, had his best game of probably the entire tournament. Marez Johnson was awesome. This Michigan team was just real damn good. There was no way around it. Credit to UConn for even getting this far.
Nice.
But there's Kenny. He's got the FAU hat.
It's a cool
Kenny,
hat.
of course, also did go to the FAU San Diego State Final Four game, one of the coolest Final Four games I've ever seen. We'll never see anything like that again, probably. Kind of not. I was kind of rooting for San Diego State.
Lamont Butler.
San Diego State. Yeah, Michigan, Dusty May is the best in the sport. We'll see what comes of him, how long he'll be at Michigan. Maybe it's forever. Maybe the NBA comes calling eventually. But he's got national title #1, and I dare say it will not be the last at Michigan.
Two of the best coaches of the modern era right now. Him and Danny
This
Hurley.
is the same guy that's pulling for him to be the Bulls coach next year. And he's saying this could
He's
be
not
the
going to be the Bulls coach next year.
Okay.
Yeah, UConn was fine. This was a pretty bad game and a bad Final Four in an otherwise pretty solid tournament is probably my summation. Neither of the Final Four games were any good.
Yeah, I wish we got a little more Cinderellas in the mix, but
the games won
Iowa.
off themselves.
The
Some
gamers
of them
were
were good. Yeah. Iowa. All right, my main bird of the week is going to be Mizzou baseball. Bird connection. They have a weekend series coming up against South Carolina, but you already knew that. They beat Missouri State 5-2, rivalry win. They're 20-14. This team is good.
What win?
Rivalry.
No, don't even go there.
It's an in-state rivalry.
I believe the pitcher that got the loss from Missouri State in this one, Brock Lucas, I'm 99% sure he was a former Missouri Tiger. I'm going to look this up. Talk more about the game until then.
They will play Missouri State again on April 15th after the South Carolina series. They had a home and home, Taylor Stadium, and then they go to, what's it called? Hammonds Field. Good win. Good pitching.
Isn't that where the Springfield Cardinals play?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it
Baseball
is.
tops in-state rival Missouri State with dominant bullpen.
They're not really. Like, do you think SLU is a rival of Mizzou?
I just
No.
am trying to have fun.
Neither is Missouri State. Brock Lucas did pitch at Missouri.
I think you need to give a shout out to go further on that pitching to Kyler Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He pitched 6 innings out of the bullpen, only gave up 2 hits and a walk. He had 9 strikeouts across those 6 scoreless innings. I mean, he steered the ship for Mizzou to pull this win off after a pretty kind of rough outing for Jackson Sobel. Sorry.
How about that? A Jack Sobel at Missouri, huh?
3-run homer, by the way, for Donovan Jordan on his birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
I think
birthday.
that was the only hit Brock Lucas gave up, actually. But no, good win for Missouri. They're undeniably better this year than last year. It seems like a team that can definitely buy Carrick another year. The pitching in particular, the new pitching coach, I think, has done a hell of a job. So they're more competitive, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. All right, best thing you learned, Payton.
Best thing I learned, UNC hired a former NBA coach, and it was the one everyone was expecting, Michael Malone. So UNC kind of went off the wall with their hire. Definitely seemed like they wanted Tommy Lloyd the most. There were some reports out there that they were hoping to at least interview Ben McCollum. That I don't think happened.
He said no. They called the interview and he said no.
Okay. Michael McCollum. Oh my God. Michael Malone. My bad on that. Michael Malone. It's interesting. I don't know if it's going to work. He hasn't coached in college since he was at Manhattan in 2000. I think it was 2000, like very early century. So certainly not the traditional route. I do kind of like it, though. I'm not going to lie. I think it can work. Assuming he has like a big NIL machine behind him, it's a pretty easy pitch to say, I'm an NBA guy. I don't know. I kind of dig this. I kind of like the idea. I thought it was going to be Billy Donovan. As a Bulls fan, I wanted it to be Billy Donovan just so the Bulls could completely reset. But interesting hire, to say the least.
I'm pretty indifferent. I mean, it's a little bit out of left field, but for the reasons you articulated, it could work. It could not work. I don't think it's going to be. I mean, I guess it could go a lot worse than Hubert Davis. He did take them to the national title game, but I sort of like being a little bit inventive, getting creative, and I mean, Michael Malone was a great coach for a time. The whole situation too in Denver was very weird. He kind of. They cleared house with him and the GM. They had like a lot of beef. So I think it didn't seem like for lack of basketball nous that Michael Malone was out in Denver. So I think it could work too. We'll see. Kenny, got a best thing you learned?
Best thing I learned this week comes from around the NFL. Edge Zion Young moves the sticks, number 45
and
prospect.
That is not him in the photo.
Payton. We're just gonna wait here until he comes back now. This is your fault. Unless you want to keep hijacking his best thing you learned.
Well, Zion Young, I mean, he's going on a visit to Kenny's Texans. He's not really a Texans fan. He's more of a Patriots guy. But, I mean, he owns a Brady jersey even. So, Zion Young. This is not him in the photo. Of course, this is Damon Wilson, who is also no longer a Tiger. Would be a weird roster fit for the Texans. They've got Daniil Hunter. They've got Will Anderson Jr. already. So it doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me because he does seem kind of locked in as like a later first round guy, maybe early day 2. I don't know. I haven't been perusing the mock drafts a whole ton lately, but there you go. Kenny would have to get this jersey, I think.
I think he would. And he would have to get a Damon Wilson jersey if Damon Wilson was going to go there as well. So, Yeah, I do think it's funny that they still haven't realized that this is not Zion Young and deleted their tweet around the NFL, but there you have it. My best thing I learned, I guess I'll go ahead and say it. I'm not sure if Kenny's going to come back to change the screen, so I will just have to articulate it. My best thing I learned.
Oh, the screen is magically moving.
Oh, look at that. Took his mouse in the other room. More visits. Kevin Coleman visited with the Atlanta Falcons. Shout out Jacob Peeler. Quote tweeted it, was very excited for Kevin Coleman. Oh, and he replied one day later. So I wonder if the visit went well. That'd be a fun ad. Falcons explosive kind of wide receiver room, fun team.
They have Tua at QB.
That is true. Yeah, I don't know who's throwing the football. It's that could be bad. But Tua worked with a Mizzou receiver last year in Theo Weiss Jr. So
He never threw to him.
yeah, he did. What do you mean?
Did he?
Theo Weiss caught like 2 or 3 touchdowns toward the end of the year. I guess maybe those were for Tua, actually.
It might have been for Quinn Ewers.
That was Quinn Ewers. You're so
Ewers.
right. You're so right. That was totally Quinn Ewers. All right. Best beats of the
Hey,
week.
Kenny, welcome back. Did you have anything you wanted to add on the quick hits?
No, did you guys notice that wasn't Zion Young in the photo? That was just where I was going to go with it. I'm surprised it's still up.
I'm on your
after all
side
this
with that,
time.
Kenny. That was rude of Payton to steal from you.
You did the exact same thing in my last quick hit. Like you were
You did it to Jack.
just no.
No.
Oh, I
Yeah, you
did.
did.
Yeah, now I'm no longer on your side. Whatever. Best beats of the week presented by FanDuel. We've got another theme. We did NFL coaches last time. We've got a golf. Payton, take it away. I'll let you take it away and introduce.
It's Masters Week, guys. This is the best week of the year in the golf world, despite ESPN's best attempts.
He's gone again.
To hijack it with Kevin Hart being, I think, Bryson's caddy at the par 3, and Jason Kelsey being there for some reason. You can't sully the Masters. I almost said unsully, but no, that is the wrong use. Yeah, we all have Masters winners. Oh, Kenny went to get a Masters hat.
Oh, wait.
Please don't buy the Pimento Masters hat. It's ridiculous. So yeah, we all picked winners. I am going to go with Justin Rose. Justin Rose has been, to say he's very experienced at Augusta is putting it mildly. He, of course, lost in that playoff classic with Rory last year. He led after the first 2 days, I believe. Had a very rough Saturday, bounced back with a monster Sunday. I think he's getting it done this year. He won a tournament earlier this season. He's playing good golf. He won the Farmers Insurance Open in February. So he's playing good golf. He's very experienced. He's been right there several times. He's lost playoffs twice, one to Sergio Garcia as well. I think back in 2017 that was. I think he's got to get over the hump. He's getting older, but his game is not aging at all. I think Rose will get it done. I'm shocked the odds are this long for him.
Ooh, all right. Good pick. Plus
Shocked.
3,000 for Justin Rose. Kenny, who do you have?
Try me hardest.
Try me hardest.
Fleetwood.
Try me hardest.
Taking Tommy Fleetwood plus 2,200. I'm surprised too, Peyton. I thought the odds for Tommy Fleetwood would be like almost in line with Justin Rose. But I think this is a fun one. I was listening to a podcast this morning. Is it Bacon, the golf reporter?
Oh, yes,
one?
it's like
Not like Kevin Bacon, but it's something Bacon.
no, he has a name that's like the same name.
Shane Bacon? I don't know.
I'm not sure who you guys are referring to, actually.
But I was listening to him
no,
this morning.
I'm thinking of
He
a horse
gave-
guy named Randy Moss. Never mind.
Yeah, that's who you're thinking of. But well, let's keep it in the UK. Let's keep the green jacket in the UK. Tommy Fleetwood.
I guess my bet will be to keep the jacket in Europe, not necessarily the UK. I'm picking Ludwig Eberg, the Swede, plus 1,700.
It's pronounced Oberg.
Sorry, Oberg. My bad. Sorry, Ludwig. I feel like the last couple of Masters, he like shows out in the first like 2 days and then kind of fades as the weekend gets going. So I'm going to have him sustain it this time around.
Ludwig is interesting because there was a solid 2 holes on Masters Sunday last year. I think when Rory was blowing up, I think it was 10 and 11.
Oh, yes.
And Rose kind of faltered a little, and Oberg got into a tie for the lead, I believe. I was fully convinced Ludwig was going to win because he is very, watching his game, it's very, he's pretty undaunted for the most part. He did kind of collapse down the stretch. A lot of his score, I think, was due to the fact that he was not playing for a purse. He was playing to win down the stretch. So he was taking some shots I don't think he would have ordinarily taken. Tommy is also an interesting pick. I don't know that I think he'll get it done here. He did finally get over the hump. He got his win last year after some very, very high-profile collapses. I don't know that he quite has enough experience at Augusta for me to feel comfortable picking him yet. Ludwig, same thing. He's very young, but I've seen Ludwig be there in the mix on Sundays, so I do have a little bit of confidence in him. Of course, none of these 3 are going to win. That's kind of none of these 3 are going to win. It'll be probably Rory could go back-to-back, but probably not. Scotty's always a factor, but I think both of your guys' picks are legit options. I do like both your picks. You didn't take
Jack
it
picked the highest one he could find in the top 5. He was like, "Oh, plus 1,700. Give me."
It's not true.
So should I just put red squares? Is that what you're saying? You want me to do that now?
I would be pretty confident none of us are going to be right.
All right, I'll do it. I'll put red squares all through.
This will be fun to revisit.
But I'm rooting
all right.
for Rose.
Thank you, FanDuel, for the odds. Payton, take it away. Finish the show for us. Taking my hat off.
This one comes from our favorite TV series of today's show. Guys, what do you call a priest that becomes a lawyer? I think this is an easy one. Don't overthink it.
Attorney.
Nope.
Pope.
Nope.
Law.
I was thinking something like
Yes.
father-in-law.
Yes.
Father.
Father-in-law. Boom.
Kaboom.
There
Kabla.
you go. What do you call a priest that becomes a lawyer? A father-in-law. Thank you, Sarah.
Nice. Thank you, Sarah. That'll do it for this edition of The Unwritten Rule. We will be back on Sunday. Well, for you Monday, but maybe we'll wait till after Masters Sunday, given now our beats and the fact we think we'll all be wrong. It'll be very funny if one of those 3 wins. Go enjoy that week. Go enjoy looking up portal guys that Mizzou becomes linked to. People you didn't know before that now you might have a ton of emotional investment in next winter. Isn't it great? Love the portal. Thank you everyone for watching and listening. Subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube. Give us a follow, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all those things. We'll see you all next time.